There's been a lot of discussion with Liberty City and Grand Theft Auto 6, and it really all started around 7 years ago when this image was found on a Rockstar Games artist online portfolio. It's essentially Liberty City in GTA 5's engine, which got a lot of people thinking, okay, if this is something they weren't doing for GTA 5, which we've obviously never seen, it must have been work for a future project, like having Liberty City in Grand Theft Auto 6. Then, just about a year ago in August 2021, Rockstar Games started taking down any mods for GTA 5 or older titles that involved Liberty City. So it kind of got the spark thinking again, is Rockstar working on their own official version of Liberty City in the future? Thus, they don't want people to play a modified version. Then we ended up hearing a little bit earlier on in the year that Grand Theft Auto 6 basically had to be rebooted. And as a part of that reboot, Rockstar had to cut a couple of the different cities that they were going to feature, as well as a handful of other things like the amount of protagonists they ended up having and a whole lot more. And that takes us to today because there was more discussion about Liberty City being in Grand Theft Auto 6. And there was one user who ended up bringing up an interesting comment. They said, as far as I know, most of GTA 5's secondary locations were within 200 miles of Los Angeles in real life. But Panama City is almost 600 miles away from Miami. It'll be interesting to see how Rockstar scales the map in GTA 6. And you guys can see that Salton City, which is Sandy Shores to LA, is 164 miles. Fillmore, which is Palito Bay, is 56 miles. The Vandenberg Air Force Base, which is Fort Zancudo, is 168 miles. Bakersfield, Lamont, and Grapevine, which is Grapeseed, is around 100 miles away. Slab City, which is Stab City, is 189 miles away. And Mount San Jacinto, which is San Chayansky's mountain range, is 104 miles away. So you can see that for the most part, everything is all pretty close. But it brings up a good point. Panama City, around 400 to 600 miles away. And if it is going to be Vice City and its surrounding areas, which based on the leaks we've seen, showing us other parts of Florida, like the Everglades, Tampa, Orlando. And one of the big things that people were having a hard time explaining was the level of verticality, the hills and the mountains. Because if you know anything about Florida, you obviously know it's very, very flat. And probably the closest mountain ranges to Florida would be Georgia. Now, I have a little bit of real-life knowledge about this because I do live in Georgia. We got a handful of mountain ranges here. Now, we're not skiing down them in the winter, but we definitely have some big-time mountain ranges here, like the Appalachian Trail part. So there definitely is some stuff going on. And this prompted insider Tez Funds 2 to say this: if that's the case, then that could explain the mountains seen in the distance. People were speculating parts of Georgia could make it into the game, which for me would be so cool personally, just because I live in Georgia. But I also think Georgia is a decent location for a Grand Theft Auto game. We've got a lot of diversity, cities, suburbs, all that sort of good stuff, and mountain ranges, obviously, as they've been seen in the game. But again, this prompted more follow-up. As someone said, I also start to believe that Liberty City could make it into the game post-launch. If Panama City is 600 miles away from Miami, then that's also the case for NYC. And Tez Funds 2 responded with, New York is around 1,000 miles away, not the same case. And yes, he is correct. Panama City is obviously much closer to Miami than New York. It's in the same state after all. But it still shouldn't stop Rockstar from possibly doing something like this and having Liberty City in the game. And the best part about this entire thing is Grand Theft Auto is not real life, and Rockstar is not held to the same standards as things are also in real life. Remember, GTA maps aren't completely accurate with distances anyways. It seemed to work pretty good in GTA 5, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be the case in Grand Theft Auto 6. And this generated even more follow-up and discussion, as insider Tez Funds 2 also said this: major games always tend to have some cut content. The content is cut because the budget, resources, and other factors not being able to cover the development. Prior to GTA 5's release, Rockstar was planning a single-player DLC with 3 episodes for each protagonist, and the map is given a new look on each episode. One episode involved a zombie apocalypse to transform the map into a DayZ-like environment as Red Dead Redemption's Undead Nightmare gained popularity. At the same time, Liberty City as a map expansion was planned too. Both were scrapped as Rockstar shifted focus towards GTA Online. Prior to Red Dead Redemption 2's release, Rockstar was planning a Mexico map expansion, hence all the references to Nuevo Paricio within the game files. In fact, you can access this region through exploits. Unfortunately, the map expansion was scrapped as Rockstar moved on to the next major project, GTA 6. The common factor is that Rockstar planned in advance for those map expansions. They didn't release GTA 5 and decide the next day to do a single-player DLC. The same scenario is happening with GTA 6, as we are hearing from several reports. So the first set of map expansions or new cities would have been planned prior to release. The game may have references or like a cutoff bridge hinting at a possible map expansion, or like RDR2 where you visit the edge of a specific area and the soundtrack plays something in relation to a new city. As for the technical side, every recent Grand Theft Auto Online update featured map expansions in technical terms. Rockstar added a few new additions for Cayo Perico to work, an island hopper meta file that loads the map placement files and unloads the base map, among other things. So you could see having new buildings, new interiors open up within the city on a similar scale to the various GTA Online updates. What I could see Rockstar doing is allowing us to explore a sectioned off area of a city in South America during story missions, then come back to that city with a new DLC to explore the aftermath. So I know that was a lot to take in there, but essentially, long story short, if Liberty City is not a part of Grand Theft Auto 6, which according to reports, it was supposed to be. We were supposed to not only go to South America, but also Liberty City as well in some way, shape, or form. There could be references to it. Like, for example, there could be a terminal in the airport with a plane heading for Liberty City, and you can all but just get to the plane. It won't let you do it. Or a bridge that's cut off, and it says, this way to Liberty City. But that's as far as you can get. But as soon as you get right to the edge, different theme music starts to play, kind of like what we saw in Red Dead Redemption 2. Or instead of it being one continuous world, maybe there is just sort of like this North Yankton effect or Guarma effect from RDR2, where one particular mission ends up happening there. If I was a betting man, and also given what we've seen so far in the leaks, how nothing regarding Liberty City was shown, I'm going to say that it's probably cut or scrapped or held for like one or two particular missions, or might be a DLC that we see a little bit later on. But as of right now, I don't think it's going to be a part of the base game. I think it really is going to be Vice City and its surrounding areas. And honestly, this is unfortunate, not only because Liberty City is one of Rockstar's best worlds that they've ever created, but it's just been so long since we've been able to go back there. Since Grand Theft Auto 4, we never saw anything in GTA 5. There's been reports that Grand Theft Auto 4 was supposed to be remade and remastered, but was shelved so that Rockstar could work on GTA 6. So we haven't been back there in a long time, obviously with the exception of Grand Theft Auto 3, the definitive edition, but that is completely different from the one we saw in GTA 4. The last version we got of Vice City was the one we got remade in the definitive edition. So at this point in time, Liberty City's the one that we haven't really gone back to in a long time, and I would love to see something like that happen. Will it happen? I don't know. As far as Rockstar's recent history goes, it looks like it won't occur, but you never know. They might surprise us. Let me know what you guys think, though, in those comments down below. Would you like to see Liberty City return in Grand Theft Auto 6, or do you think they should just focus on Vice City and its surrounding areas? Let me know what you guys are thinking of in those comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you guys did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. You want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and all the Rockstar Games videos that I'll be doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.